4 years ago, Jacob Horn was this young little freshman, really excited to do a lot of films, and he had this huge plan for this great film for him and this group of kids who would just follow him around. And they got me to think, okay, great, that's what they'll do instead of this other project that I had planned. And then about 2 days before the project was due, Jacob pulls me aside and he goes, I know you're gonna be upset about this, but this isn't gonna happen. And then I said, what happened? How did this thing fall apart? And they're like, well, we all got kind of sidetracked. We kept doing all this. I'm like, that's your film.
He said, why don't you just make a short little comedy about a student who has to do an assignment and he keeps on getting sidetracked, and it all just spawns from there.
And Jacob got pumped up about it. They went to this little whiteboard on the side and started writing out everything, and that was the first Sidetracked. Because they did it a certain way and it really wasn't that good the way they filmed it the first time, every time they filmed it after that had to be just as crappy.
You got one camera, you don't even have a microphone because that's the tradition, and you just film.
The second I got into Sidetracked, I knew this is really unprofessional. But in a way, America, that's the charm of Sidetracked. And in the end, isn't that what we all want? A homemade movie project that we can latch onto and put our hearts into and put our souls into.
If you watch them, each movie becomes way more ridiculous. It's to the point now where in 4 and 5 there are literal portals that people can transport through, and gods and monsters, and it's just become so ridiculous. And if you watch the first one's actually really simple.
So Jacob came to me and he says, Shane, I need your creative, your expertise, I need your handsome looks, I need your amazingness for this project. And I said, Jacob, if I'm not too busy with my buddy James Cameron, I could help out. And sure enough, James was busy this week, so I could help out with Sidetracked. That's how he got involved. You know, Jacob came to me. Don't ever let him tell you that I came to him and begged him to be on the project, because that's false. He came to me.
When I leave, because this is going to be the final assignment, Sidetracked, which is going to be part 5, is going to be the finale to the Stink, storyline. That's going to be his ending, and I'm curious to see if maybe like an underclassman will take on the franchise, but not make it be about any of the previous characters, but make it be kind of a legacy thing.
Once I got my Oscar, I think I'm done, right? Like, after 5 parts, I think we've all had our success, and I think Jacob is ready to close it out.
We can all kind of relate to the characters and the stories at hand, because we've all been sidetracked. People can really emphasize with the character of Stink, because he can represent that very well. And even all the other side characters, they represent a certain part of us as like human beings, as like how we feel.
In the end, Sidetracked isn't a movie franchise or a school project even. Sidetracked is an experience. Sidetracked is a lifestyle. And as long as you can celebrate that and excrete that in a creative way and express yourself through Sidetracked, I think that's what it was intended for.
I'm really proud that they took just this basic kernel of a nut of a shell of an idea and just ran with it and came up with something that was really fun. The fact that it's lasted and probably will last 5 actual episodes is just mind-boggling. It was never should have even made it to 1, but it did. So
we planned on making 1 so we could get a grade, basically, and it just turned into this.
Space is weird.
Wow!
For part 5, people can expect everything to just come crashing down. All the things that we've laid up for the past 4 movies, it's all going to come to fruition.
Vander is the bull guy, and Vander is coming for you.
Brings a tear to your eye. Brings a tear to your eye, because, you got something to be proud of. It's home.
You can check it out at the Pankow TV and Broadcast YouTube page, and it's in a little folder, mini movies. And they got Sidetracked, and they got Sidetracked again, Sidetracked 3, and Sidetracked 4 uploaded too.
Sidetracked changed my life. Before, I was just some guy who was getting my work done on time. But Sidetracked taught me that procrastination and tangents and getting sidetracked in general can lead to a better life.